Hi, I'm Emma. Welcome to Emma Esoteric. This will be a tarot reading for the sign of Leo. Central energy. Cancer just got the same card in the same position. If you'd like to book a personal reading, please go to emmaesoteric.com.au. These readings can be viewed like watching a movie, listening to a song, or looking at a piece of artwork. They can bring up emotions, ideas, or beliefs to the forefront of your mind, and they can be interpreted any which way you like. Nothing is set in stone. Secondary energy. Before starting this reading, I had a huge influx of flies. Now, I do live in the country. All the doors are open, so there are usually flies in here. Even if I tried to get rid of them, it's just Australia. It's just the way it is. And the amount of flies that came in was more than I've seen in a while since being here. Initially, there was a lot of them, but then after like moving in and, fly spray and incense and all that, they kind of departed. But just now, there was just like a whole lot of them really quickly. So I got the incense burning and I got out the fly spray, and now it's quiet in here now. But it kind of feels like the flies coming in at that speed, that quickly, to put me off in a certain way, like is, yeah, the interference. And then the interference card comes in. It's very significant to how this reading is going. I feel like you've achieved something here, and now there is energies here that want to come in and I want to say take away from you, but they can't take this away from you. But there is going to be something here of some type of challenge in some way. Your hard work is going to pay off. The supporting energy is hard work. The challenge here is keeping positive, or keeping a positive stance, or I want to say keeping a safe face, or like trying to keep your calm, keep your cool in the disturbance, in all the chaos, the universe. And this is like all the chaos going like around this card, around this individual. There's a lot of chaos going. There's fire, earth, water, air. There's a lot of stuff happening. And the lady is just centered in the middle, like putting up her hand, kind of like a stop and a go kind of thing. Like she's manipulating all this energy. The Magnus card is the manipulator in this particular deck, and it has a lot of imagery on there that is very influential to our modern day society and how we can be taken advantage of by this particular character in this card. They think, or this individual or this energy thinks, that they have control over the situation and they can come in at any point. We actually have an air show going on in our area as well at the moment. It's not so, you can't hear it so significantly here because I am in the country, but when you go into the city, it's very loud, like it's really loud. And with the conflict card and this kind of aircraft coming in here causing conflict, it's like they're in the thick of it and you are kind of taken out of perspective, whereas they feel like, or this situation or this conflict feels like they are going to come in and bombard you with all this. You have managed to get out of dodge, or you actually have the advantage especially the mental advantage over this certain situation because of the amount of work you have put in. The Eight of Pentacles here has the elephants, and they're going on a journey, and this isn't just about the Eight of Pentacles as in like the normal tradition. This is about really putting in the hard yards, really understanding the long distance of like the long haul, like really understanding the long haul in a certain situation. And with the interference card here, which is the Eight of Swords, we see the eagle, and where I am, there is actually eagles here and crows. There are a lot of crows. And I'm just noticing a lot of references and similarities. I can't get the words out. Like a lot of things that are happening in my area are representing on this card as well. So with the eagle, I did drive past the eagle and the crows this morning, and the eagle was so significantly larger than the crows. Like the beauty and the just the power that the eagle has compared to the crows. It's almost like this certain influencing energy that's wanting to come in here and influence you. It's so insignificant to the way you are thinking and the way you are feeling. And the deception card, but it did want to flip in reverse. So it's like there's deception going on around you. You might not be able to see it. And like I said, it's like it goes from the Eight of Swords here. Sorry, the Seven of Swords here to the Eight of Swords. So it's like you rise above it. And even though the Eight of Swords is usually a constrictive card and you can't see your way out, you don't know how to get out of the situation, it's like you rise above this deception card. This deception card in particular is a bird feeding a species or feeding a bird that's not of its kind. And the bird is taking advantage of the kindness that this bird, or the instincts that this bird has. It's like you managed to fly out of the deception before you were fed the, I want to say, bullshit. Straight up bullshit. The Wheel of Fortune is underneath here, and there is someone or something is going to take a chance or a risk. So in the central energy, we have the Five of Wands, which is conflict, competition. Again, Cancer had the same type of energy, and they were in a situation in particular where they had to be the calmness in the storm. They had to be the calm in the chaos. They had to make a decision, quite a quick decision. This feels like quite a similar energy, but this is a lot more like you're on the outside looking in and you're the targeted person and people can't seem to find you. I just want to mention I have a lot of Leo in my chart, and this is reminding me a lot of the type of energy that I feel like is around me at the moment. Personally, I'm pretty chill. Everything's pretty good. But it is reminding me a lot of what's happening in my energy at the moment. So it is what it is sometimes when you read, especially if you're reading for a certain sign and you have a lot of that in your chart. You can pick up on the energies. So the interference card here, again, the crows is the energy of the conflict and the Magnus, so the magician. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the crows are the Eight of Swords. And the eagle here is there's a term like the not the odd one out, but the there's a phrase that I'm thinking of, but it's like on the tip of my tongue and I can't quite think of it. The one that's not expected, like the least expected one. Like you've come out of a place where it's like almost, because again, the Cancer reading had like a kind of an incident or an accident in it. And it's like you were supposed to be there or something along those lines. Like you were supposed to be in a certain place where this conflict occurred, and it was set up for you to be there at that specific time. Now, this can be targeted. It can be that serious, but it doesn't feel like necessarily it's targeted. It just feels like something comes up and someone hears about something in the distance, and they're like, oh, they kind of had this feeling of, I'm glad that Leo went through this. There's this very ill feeling, like, I'm glad that Leo went through that, to find out that Leo wasn't actually in the position or the place, wasn't even anywhere near the circumstance, so nothing actually happened to Leo. So when the person catches themselves and realizes that they wished ill will on Leo, but Leo wasn't even in the vicinity, this can also be targeted. So someone targeted someone and then realized Leo wasn't even there. Sorry, someone targeted Leo and Leo wasn't even there. They have this realization that Leo has more power, especially with the sun coming out in the heart space, which is Leo ruled. Leo has more power than what this person could have even possibly imagined. It's like a paradigm shift. And that might be what this perception here, because happiness is memory. So you've created memories with this certain individual here, and the Hangman is seeing these memories from a different perspective. They were actually being deceptive the whole time, or they wanted to see me fail the whole time, or they wanted there to be conflict in my environment, and they wanted to see something happen to me the whole time. And I'm hearing the planes in the background. The drrrr, planes dipping down. I can hear it. I don't know if it's picking it up on the thing, but I can hear it. So someone manipulated a circumstance, or they wanted something to happen, not realizing that you have already accomplished something emotionally, which is your happiness, your own content feeling. The Mother of Water that is leaving, this feels like an accomplishment in some way. It doesn't feel like necessarily the energy of maturity around emotions is leaving. It just feels like you have achieved something greater than that, like enlightenment, if you want to call it that. If that's what you like to call it, that's what's coming in here in the emotional space. The Sun is the enlightened card. It's the happiness. And in the emotional space, this is enlightenment. Feeling at one with oneself. Feeling at peace with oneself. So with the Eight of Pentacles here supporting you, this is long-term understanding of where you're going and what you're achieving, and not letting anything set you off course, even if people expected you to somehow trip and fall. The challenge is the Six of Cups and the Hanged Man. Seeing, and he's even looking at this Six of Cups, seeing memories, or seeing the people enjoy themselves, knowing that they are, it's like you're almost looking at people knowing that they are deceptive towards you, or there's some kind of fake happiness going on with this card, almost in a sense. Not wanting to be bitter in any way. Still trying to hold on to this enlightenment and not fall into bitterness, knowing that you find out some way, shape or form that someone wanted you to trip and fall. I cannot deny the crows trying to attack the eagle. I cannot deny the conflict card with the representation of the aircraft terrorizing a city. I cannot deny the Magnus, which is not the Magician. I picked this deck for a reason, obviously. It's not the Magician. It is a manipulator. And I cannot deny the Seven of Swords came out in the environment, which again is a bird feeding another bird that's not of its type. You see me shuffle the cards, they all come out. It is what it is. At the end of the day, Leo, I'm getting the song Can't Touch This. You can't touch, I can't touch this coming in. You can't be touched where you are. Just be very aware of your surroundings and people's intentions. We have love and creativity, which is the universe. Sorry, the sun. I said the universe because I was thinking about that in the headspace. I want to say you have freedom in your mental space too, because the world for me is freedom. Love. Before you can truly love another, you need to open your heart first and allow yourself to receive love first. If you open your heart to love, it will flow into your soul. This challenging energy as well may have to do with trust. Not sure how you can trust people or who to trust as well. Creativity. There are ways of dealing with this situation without giving away your power. Think of creative methods in which you can be heard and maintain your dignity. So, wonderful. Sometimes being too cautious is an excuse for being afraid to take a risk and move forward. Don't use this as your excuse to miss out on something amazing. So there is something coming in eventually that will align with how you're feeling and your mental space. But at this time, be creative with how you're expressing yourself so you can kind of keep it to yourself and maintain your dignity, because there is something that's going to come in eventually that will look good on the outside, but it's not. It's some sort of deception in some way. So just be very cautious, and I don't want to like be fear-mongering or anything like that, but just be very cautious of the people around you, their intentions, who's coming towards you, and if it looks too good to be true, or if it is it doesn't feel right in some way, or it shakes you off your course, or there is some type of reaction you get when you change your mind or you do something different. If there is some type of reaction, or you hear something down the grapevine where there is some type of negativity around you, which I don't feel like you have done anything for that to be, then just be aware of what is coming towards you. I hope that makes sense. What I'm seeing is someone who previously you made good memories with, someone who previously had good intentions, who has now turned their back or is now wanting to watch you trip and fall due to seeing you in a different light. There's something about, especially with the conflict, something about competitiveness here as well. So I'm going to leave that there, especially with the loud airplanes going across. And this was a very tricky energy to read, because it feels like this is going on around you, behind your back, under the surface, like you're not even aware this is happening. So if you have absolutely no idea like what this could be, it's because it's not happening to you, it's happening around you. Just be aware of if anyone pops up in your reality, especially from the past, or if anyone pops up that you know they know people that you know, so to speak. Just be aware of people's intentions at this time. Thank you.